What is God's New Year? Japan's sense of time preserved in Amami. When you hear the word New Year, most people probably think of January 1st. But in Amami, January 1st was called the human New Year. So then, what was the New Year? That did not belong to humans. Even today, people in Amami say this. The real New Year is the Lunar New Year. Today, I would like to talk about the deeper meaning behind those words and another worldview that the Japanese once lived by. Hello, and thank you for being here. My name is Mayumi Kagura. I write and speak about Japanese culture, prayer, and the memories that remain in people and in the land. This story began during my journey to Amami Oshima, a small island in southern Japan. Through words I heard there, I began to reflect on how the Japanese people once experienced time itself. The original New Year belonged to the gods and nature. Originally in Japan, the New Year was not something decided by humans. The phases of the moon, the movement of the tides, the subtle turning of the seasons, these signs of nature told people when a new year had begun. This was the lunar calendar and the lunar new year. Time was shared with the gods, with ancestors, and with nature itself. The birth of the human new year. Over time, humans began to decide time for their own convenience, for systems, for management, for the economy. And so, January 1st was created as a new year for humans. The people of Amami did not deny this. They simply gave it a name. The human New Year. In Amami, there were 2 New Years. In Amami, there were 2 New Years. The human New Year and the New Year of the gods and nature. And when asked, which one was the real New Year? People would answer without hesitation. The Lunar New Year. Not because they wished to return to the past, but because time did not belong to humans alone. Visiting the graves on the 1st and 15th of the lunar month. In Amami, families visit their ancestral graves on the 1st and the 15th days of the lunar month. On the new moon and the full moon, they go to meet their ancestors. Time is not shaped only by the living. It is a moment to confirm the present, together with those who came before. In a world where humans became too important, at some point, humans began to see themselves as the center of the world, as if they stood at the top of the universe. But it was not always this way. Plants, insects, animals, nature, humans, all were once equal, sharing the same time. The God's New Year of Amami quietly preserves that original sense of balance. In a world where humans have come to see themselves as the most important beings. While walking through Amami, I suddenly remembered a piece of music. Not a melody, but a sound that felt like time itself gently swaying. What strange is that? I never felt this while riding buses and moving quickly from place to place. It was only after meeting people someone in a hotel lobby, an elderly woman working in her field, a guide in Kinsakabara forest, and the Yuta, the local spiritual practitioners. All of them casually using the words, the old lunar calendar, and the old new year. That something shifted. In that atmosphere, time stopped being something that moves forward. It became something that simply exists.